Welcome back. This is Ghana Tonight. We are live on TV3 Ghana on Facebook, DSTV channel 279, all across the world on 3news.com. The Minister of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, Shirley Ayokoboche, today stormed the passport office upon complaints of frustration and bribe demand in acquiring or renewing passports. I'm sure a lot of you say, well, that's not news. She did not take it kindly with the staff at the passport office. We'll hear from the minister shortly, but this is what indeed prompted some of the reactions we're seeing. There was a survey on the people's perception of corruption and bribery in certain public institutions in this country, which was carried out by the United Nations and other agencies that's under the UN, including the Ghana Statistical Service as well, and the Commission on Human Rights and Restorative Justice, SHRAJ. Now take a look at this. This was conducted in 2021 and released in 2022. And we could expand it a bit. You'll see the details in there. The Lands Commission actually came up as in terms of the average bribe size by the type of public official. The Lands Commission officials were the biggest. They were taking huge bribes, big size. Then prosecutors, judges or magistrates, Ghana Immigration Service, elected local government representatives, MMDA officials, GRA custom officers, passport agency officials. Look at that, right in the middle. Teachers, lecturers or professors, public utility officials, doctors, nurses, and midwives. Now, bear in mind that we've had a number of these surveys, including, for instance, the Afrobarometer survey, which put the police at number 1. Okay? But now, take a look at the regional breakdown. Let's go to the next. The OT region came tops as a percentage of direct bribe requests by public officials. They said the public officials in OT region, they've been demanding, requesting bribe. Bear in mind that it's actually the smallest region among the 16. So in terms of numerical representation, it would actually, differ if you do some further analysis. Then you follow up to the northern areas like Northeast, and then also Upper East, Upper West. Then Ashanti follows in that order. Now let's take a look at the next slide. It tells another story. This is the share of the cash bribe received. Now, in terms of the bribes that were given in cash, police officials came tops with 96.9% of the cash received in the form of a bribe. Then following closely is the other public institutions plus the GRA, tax revenue officers, follows in that order. Then GRA custom officers, passport agency officials can also follow in that order. So this is consistent with the number of surveys that have already been put out. Okay, so after this, we asked a question on Facebook. In fact, if you go on our Facebook page, TV3 Ghana, this is the question that we put out earlier. Take a look. We're asking you to share your experiences with us, specifically about the process of either acquiring a new passport or renewing your expired passports, how much you had to pay, and then also how the process was. Remember, there's some digitalization that has been introduced in there, but people have found ways of making the digitalization useless so that we can benefit from the weaknesses in the system. This is Shirley Ayokoboche earlier today. Take a look.
This particular visit has become necessary because of some reports that I have. Reports that officers, and there are 9 or so agencies represented in any passport application center, that these people represented from the various agencies, and I will not say that my own officers are not part of it, but these people are involved in illegal activities. And when I say illegal activities, we all know just 2 days ago, the report in the Daily Guide that the issue of Goro people involved in our passport acquisition process has become rife. It is wrong. How can 100 Ghana for standard service to acquire a passport and 150 for expedited service be bumped up to 2,000 and 3,000? And yeah, they don't even charge 2,000 now. They are charging 3,000. And it's wrong. But I can say, and we all would agree, that a Goro person is outside the passport office. They need somebody inside to work with. They cannot do it on their own. People are paying 3,000, 2,000 to acquire passports. Why should this be so? And sometimes they don't even carry out the so-called service that they promised them for charging them so much. The stories are horrific stories. People's experiences are not the best.
Well, you see, that's the minister there. How many of you have actually paid 100 cedis, 150 for expedited service, 150 Ghana cedis? Well, we left it to you, our viewers and the members general public, to share your experiences with us. Let's go on our Facebook page right now, okay? Let's look at some of the comments. And if anybody paid 100 or 150 cedis. This one here from Maya says, I paid 150 and got it in 3 months later. They wanted me to pay something small before giving it out, but I didn't. I had to call the HQ, that's headquarters, to make a complaint and later involved a friend who knows someone there. It was a hassle, but I didn't pay for any extra. So this one, Maya's experience, that she had to get someone she knows who works in there, a friend. How about if you don't know anyone? Look at this. This one here says, I applied online and they gave me 12 weeks to come for it and got to 7 months. Anytime I call them, all they say is that it's not ready yet. And I was so frustrated, so I had no option than to get an insider to print it for me at a cost of 500 cedis. They intentionally do that for you to pay. This is Kubo GH. Thank you. Oswald says, I paid 750 cedis for my passport at Cape Coast Passport Office. And yet still, I haven't gotten it. Wow. I have to pay additional 140 cedis in order to get the passport book as soon as possible, within 2 months. That's what they told me. Okay, Oswald, thank you so much for sharing with us. Let's go to the next one. Kontomponi Afre says, I went to Kumasi Premium today. Got there around 9:27 a.m. and finished around 10:48 a.m. I was number 99 though. I think it wasn't a hectic exercise, but the collection date on the receipt is a bit scary. January, oh come on. Wow. Let's go. Let's go to the next one. Okay. This one here says, okay, this is Amazing Abi tweeting at us. He says, I applied last year and till date have not heard anything from them. They gave me a date in February for collection. Went there and was told it's not ready. Very sad in this country. John Selom says he paid 1,300 cedis and it took just about 6 days. The system is working, quote unquote. 1,300 cedis. This one here says, had to do for my son and wife. The bill was 3,000 cedis. That's the bill from the Goro guy in Ho. Nurse at GH says, I completed the process last year, December. I was told it would be available on the 31st of December. I am still waiting for my passport to be printed out as of today. Please, if you can help, kindly intervene for me. That's why we're reading this. In fact, so that the minister or whoever is in the Foreign Affairs Ministry would also forward these concerns to the minister. This one here from Kwating. Kwating also says that they said the booklet is finished, but after I paid 1,500 cedis, 2 weeks, it was ready. I had initially done. It says I had initially done the normal process on in 2 years. It never came. It says Bukasa, Kwating. And that's the popular excuse or the reason that they give, that the booklet is finished. But is that really the case? That if you pay 1,500, magically you get a booklet? So that is an area the minister would also have to look at. And even though the minister has spoken about this, is there a complaint center? Beyond the minister's anger that we've seen today, question that a number of you are asking is there a complaint center that we can all go to? And the complaint center actually works. That when you complain, your issues are taken up and then it works. Instead of saying, okay, all of you go home, don't report again. I think that's one of the things that she said today out of anger. Don't come to work. But after the anger, is the system working? That's what the people want. So this is an issue that we're staying on until people are able to give us a different experience of what they have been sharing with us today. We have so many, in fact, the comments running into, we have almost 1,200 comments already. And so we would be serializing the comments in the coming days. So stay with us. There's another one as well tomorrow on this same passport matter. We're going to talk about it until there's some change in that regard.